It's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. Let's get out of here. Aye. Hey everyone, it's Aaron from Got a Minute. Is Rapture in Psalm 124? Is Natsal in Psalm 124? Is the code in there? Is Deliverance in Psalm 124? Is this our year? Looks like a person kneeling down with their hands lifted up. A Hebrew letter. Is this the year? Well, let's talk about that. We're going to study it out and take our time here a little bit. And but before we do that, a little bit of housekeeping. Thank you for all those who support the channel. There are many ways to give and donate. I've been doing this full time for over 3 years now. I try and put up consistent content pretty much daily, either song, music, comedy, studies, prayer time, you name it, I'm doing it. Stuff on the community wall. I've got a Discord. You guys can socialize and do studies with us on a daily basis. So if you'd like to support this ministry, the links are always in the description box below. We've got many different ways for people to support, as there are people all over the world with different ways that they can do that. So we are blessed to receive that if you are willing to do that, but no pressure, of course. It's all for the love of Christ, and it's all for the love of Jesus. We want to point people to full salvation through Jesus Christ. And our time is short, so my life is really dedicated to this and to you guys. So I love you guys very much. And with that, I want to share what I found. And so first off, credit to Brother Victor. I will put a screenshot in this video right around here. And Brother Victor found the code of Natsal in Psalm 124, verse 7, which essentially means deliverance. Every time you see the word deliver in the Old Testament, or delivered, or God will deliver you from their enemies, it's usually using the word Natsal. And the word Natsal has these 3 letters. There's a Nun, Tzidi, and Lamed. So we'll come back to this picture in a second. Let's show you the verse. The fun thing is, I was reading this on my own, and I think even January 1st, I was reading this, and this verse really popped out to me. And I thought about it, and then Brother Victor's video came out after I had already kind of like, wow, this verse is really perfect for the rapture, and then he showed the Hebrew code. So thanks, Brother Victor, for showing what you showed. And anyway, verse 7 says this: our soul has escaped as a bird from the snare. And in this phrase, I'll show you, because I've got my Hebrew Bible, I'll show you in a second. Our soul has escaped. That's where the Natsal is coded, every 6 letters. So our soul has escaped as a bird. So in English, it's a perfect rapture typology here. We're waiting to fly like birds. And so I'll read the whole verse. Our soul has escaped as a bird from the snare of the fowlers. The snare is broken, and we have escaped. So that word escaped is in there 2 times. So in English, without even looking at Hebrew, you've got words that look like the rapture. But then in Hebrew, the extra layer, Natsal, is encoded, which means deliverance. And in the Hebrew letters, you've got something that looks like a person kneeling down praising God. And so let me show you the Hebrew equal distancing. This is my amplified version. Wait, I'll read that since I've got it out. This is amplified, the same verse, Psalm 124, verse 7. We have escaped like a bird from the snare of the fowlers. The trap is broken, and we have escaped. So there's your 2 escape words. And again, that first phrase is where that Natsal is found. And I will get the Hebrew Bible out. I've already got it set up here. And if you can see the yellow, there's your Nun. And that's verse 7 of Psalm 124. And there's your Tzidi, and there's your Lamed. And if you count it 6 times there, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So as the English is saying that you've escaped like a bird, the Hebrew is saying Natsal, deliverance. So that is really something. I think it's really awesome. Now, what do these Hebrew letters mean? And also what I'd like to do is read Psalm 123 and 125, the Psalms before and after it. So you can kind of see that Psalm 124 really stands out above the Psalm before and after it as a potential rapture psalm. Now, we're connecting Psalm 124 with the year 2024. Some people have suggested that some of these Psalms are correlated to our actual years. And I think that's a reasonable thought. So anyway, what does noon mean? Here, I've got some notes on that. So noon, here I can zoom in. And let's see here. So here's noon. It's some of the meanings here is a fish, to sprout, to spread, offspring, descent, action, life, heir to the throne. Move it over there. And faithfulness. So we are heirs to the throne, and I think that's awesome. Kind of like new life there. And also tzatziki, similar thing, a fish hook, to pull towards. So it's like a snatching, a deliverance. And desire, trouble, a harvest, a righteous, to hunt. So a harvest, that's tzatziki. And then we've got also lamed, which is a staff, a cattle, a rod, to control, prod, urge, forward, go forward. And so we've got these words that really speak of taking and deliverance and new life. And here's a different chart. I can make this a bit bigger so we're not squished here. But righteous, we are righteous through Christ. And when we humble ourselves, we go to our knees and put our hands up, we are sort of like, it's a good posture for being righteous, as realizing we can't do it on our own. So it almost looks like a human kneeling down and praying with their hands lifted up. And we are righteous when we put on the robe of Christ. And so, again, noon means life here, and lamed, staff of authority. Will Christ come with his staff authority to bring us new everlasting life this year? We are righteous through Christ. Will this be the year of Natsal, of rapture? I don't know. And here's some more words here. A different way of defining some of these words, but this one says man on side, or desire, or need. And the other noon would be seed, fish, or activity of life. And a 30 would be a lamed. And, it's a direction, but, you can pull sheep and save them with the hook. If you turn the hook around, and it's like it's like a hook. It's like a snatch. Here's some more stuff. But so there's your definitions of some of those letters. So in Psalm 124, verse 7, we have just, again, a really awesome verse that really screams rapture. Our soul has escaped as a bird from the snare of the fowlers. The snare is broken, and we have escaped. And then verse 8, our help is in the name of the Lord, who made heaven and earth. So what does 123 sound like? 123 doesn't really have strong rapture connections like this verse does in Psalm 124. I'll read 123. Unto you I lift my eyes, O you who dwell in the heavens. Behold, as the eyes of servants look to the hand of their masters, as the eyes of a maid to the hand of her mistress, so our eyes look to the Lord our God until he has mercy on us. Have mercy on us, O Lord, have mercy on us, for we are exceedingly filled with contempt. Our soul is exceedingly filled with the scorn of those who are at ease, with the contempt of the proud. This certainly feels like last year, though. It certainly does. It does fit for 2023. And then let's go to Psalm 125. Again, doesn't really sound rapture-y to me, but, we'll read it. Those who trust in the Lord are like Mount Zion, which cannot be moved, but abides forever. As the mountains surround Jerusalem, so the Lord surrounds his people from this time forth and forever. For the scepter of wickedness shall not rest on the land allotted to the righteous, lest the righteous reach out their hands of iniquity. Do good, O Lord, to those who are good, and to those who are upright in their hearts. As for such as turn aside to their crooked ways, the Lord shall lead them away with the workers of iniquity. Peace be upon Israel. Okay, so that's some really nice things. You get this forever word over here. It almost feels like past tense a little bit, doesn't it? But let's read 124 now, its entirety, before we end the video. So 124, Psalm 124. The Lord, the defense of his people. If it had not been the Lord who was on our side, let Israel now say, if it had not been the Lord who was on our side. When men rose up against us, then they would have swallowed us alive. When their wrath was kindled against us, then the waters would have overwhelmed us. The stream would have gone over our soul. Then the swollen waters would have gone over our soul. Blessed be the Lord, who has not given us as prey to their teeth. Here it is. Our soul has escaped as a bird from the snare of the fowlers. The snare is broken, and we have escaped. Our help is in the name of the Lord, who made heaven and earth. Again, I'll read it. Our soul has escaped as a bird from the snare of the fowlers. The snare is broken, and we have escaped. Psalm 124, verse 7. Could this be the year of our escape? Could this year be the year when we fly like birds? Psalm 124, verse 7, one more time. Our soul has escaped as a bird from the snare of the fowlers. The snare is broken, and we have escaped. Well, we'll leave you with that verse. We'll leave you with these Hebrew letters. And also, these Hebrew letters equals 170. I haven't made much connection with that, but just thought I'd let you know. Every Hebrew letter has a value. It adds up to 170, this word Natsal. So we'll leave you with that, guys. I love you very much, care about you very much. If you have not entered into a relationship with Jesus, please do so. Accept that free gift of salvation on the cross. If you are in a relationship with Jesus and you are a follower of Christ, congratulations. You're on the winning team, and be encouraged. That's what the Bible says. Encourage each other with these words. It doesn't say terrify each other with these words. Encourage each other with these words, because you know what? One day this boat's going to float. Just keep on building it. Keep on hitting that hammer on the wood. Keep on popping those nails. Keep on keeping on. Keep on doing life. And keep on making good decisions in life and pointing people to Christ. Until then, we've got work to do. So hopefully this encouraged you. This encouraged me. I think for me, this is like, okay, another building block for this year. So we'll talk more about all these things. But yeah, I love you guys, and we'll talk very soon. Go Jesus, go. See you in the clouds. One day closer.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.